I know there is a lot of resources and programs aimed at the opioid crisis, and like this is a way to make sure that that money is well spent. You know what I mean? It's to get the return on investment is that person not relapsing. That is the return on investment. It is them becoming healthy and living the rest of their life. You know what I mean? And and this is one of the ways that I totally understand where you're coming from when you're educating those politicians, because like that's not even something that I would have even thought of when you're so focused on the crisis itself and the recovery portion of it that, you know, when you think about the reasons that they relapse and everything else, you don't even. It would have literally took somebody like you. I'm surprised that this hasn't been a topic of conversation for 10 years now. You know what I mean? It's kind of, if you think about it,
it's crazy. Yeah.
It kind of is.
One of the doctors I'm working with in DC right now, he's in Baltimore, but his name is Dr. Jay Samuels, and he's on several boards and stuff. But anyway, Dr. Samuels, he has been able to come and see this, you know, transition with us, you know, and he's going back to DC and he's relaying the data, you know, and telling people about it, and it's really awesome, man.
The data is going to be very powerful because you guys are going to be able to literally like say this is without Smiles for Recovery. This is the analytics. This is the recovery rate. This is the relapse rate, and this is with Smiles for Recovery. Yeah. Again, it's something that I had literally when this comes out 4 months ago. I didn't even know that this was a thing, and I'm pretty in tune with the community and do a lot with a lot of nonprofits here, and literally it's affected my wife and I's family, like, you know what I mean. So it's
like right now, Nick, on the website we have, I think, over 1,000 patients who are already signed up to have this level of treatment, right? Where they're either missing all of their teeth or all of their teeth are rotted.
Gosh.
Right?
And
so that's how many people we need to get to, right? That have even applied for it.
Wow.
And
that's just here. That's not even nationwide.
That's
just
another thing we're doing. It's our local community, right? Like we're not going to Brazil. We're not going to, you know, other countries. We're working in our local communities.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing, building doctor partners in all the different states who want to treat people in their own community. And that's where everything starts, right? If you don't clean things up at home, how are you going to help people outside of your home? Right.
What's how can some churches help here? How can some churches help here?
They can help spiritually, right? Yep. Like a lot of these people, they need God in their lives, you know.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. And, you know, obviously financially, anybody can donate to it.
Sure.
We're just going to increase our reach the more that we can accumulate.
You guys have a large task ahead of you in training people to be able to do this in other markets and in their communities, right? So what are some of the biggest needs or the biggest challenges you face right now when doing that?
Well, so that's where we're looking for partner dentists in other states that are actually already doing this. Like there are doctors that are doing this without funding, right? And our goal is to get them funding so that they can expand their knowledge. So we have two different types of dentists, okay? We got the dentists that are seasoned and they already know how to do this process. Every general dentist wants to learn how to place a dental implant. That's like the pinnacle of dentistry, right?
Okay.
To be able to place titanium for tooth replacement. So there's another segment of the population of dentists who are younger, right? And they're learning in their surgical training, but they're coming through the practice as we're treating these patients. But we're looking for doctor partners who are actually already doing it.
Okay.
And they're all over the country, man. They're already doing this. And they're already training other doctors to do what they do. We're just giving them a platform, and we're going to treat a specific population of patients, right? The ones that are underserved, right?
Yeah.
Like there's not a lot of offices that would just take these patients in, right?
Sure.
Take all their teeth out and do what they need done because they're in the day-to-day grind, man, of dentistry, right? The business.
not every business is financially able to do that. It's hard. You have to get to a certain place to be able to do that for sure.
And we're going through growing pains right now, right? Like we're literally dumping all of our capital into doing this, right, to help these patients. And I mean, it's fun, man. It's rewarding. So,
well, again, the biggest thing for us, I'm really excited, Dr. Aaron. Like, I'm really working on some things in my own mind about how we can, again, give a voice to the voices, bring some of the folks that have had. I can't wait to see them at the events, and I want to literally like put the microphone up. I want to ask them questions and get their feedback and hear their testimony at the end of the day is basically what it is. And it's just, there's just, again, this is, even though like, I'm just blown away, but like I'm still very new to this, and the more that I learn, the more fascinated I become, and the more that it's like, man, like honestly, when it comes to a lot of nonprofits, you have to be a certain skill set to be able to be involved and help people and whatnot. But folks, like we all know somebody that's been affected by this. We all just like at this point in time, the greatest thing we can do to help Dr. Pryor and Justin, the rest of the team at Smiles for Recovery, all of them, everybody nationwide, is create awareness. It's create awareness to let them know that a program like this does exist, how people can apply, what it's doing with careers. I mean, honestly, it's an amazing story that is like a lot of it has already been written, and we just need to make sure that it's documented. But like the best parts are yet to come.
That's right. We're planning to be in 23 states by the end of this year. That's the goal, right? And this is not our goal solely. This is the politicians' goal. So they love it, man, because it is going to help with the opiate crisis, right? It's a great thing. It's a great thing for our nation, a great thing for these patients, right? Because we're all going to be battling this fentanyl crisis, this opiate crisis, for the rest of our history, I believe. I don't think it's going anywhere. There's
probably folks too that, we know that abduction and trafficking is a major problem, and they're not getting, there's no toothpaste and toothbrush and mouthwash in
these are other patients that we're treating too, right? Like I'm treating my veterans through this program also. I'm a veteran, right? So I want to be able to, that's a segment of our population that has been forgotten about, and there aren't as many dollars out there to help these patients, right? They're in the same situation.
Yeah.
But they're recovering from PTSD, right?
Yeah.
Just like a dental phobic PTSD. Same thing.
That's right. Well, Doc, is there anything that we didn't cover as far as business, family, the not-for-profit organization, what you guys are needing, right? So we know that there's you guys are chasing or trying to work on getting that the abatement monies allocated for the right purposes and to the right people. Training those doctors, you're training the recovered addicts, you're building careers, you're building smiles. I mean, it's not a nonprofit, it's a movement, I would say.
It's a whole calamity. We're trying to build a wheelhouse so that it's good for everybody involved, right?
Yep.
Every person involved, it's great for. So,
gotcha.
Yeah.
What's the end goal for an organization like that? Like, so I was always taught when you open a business, you build it with the end in mind. Are you going to die doing it? Are you going to sell it? Are you going to give it away? Are you going to let it go out on its own? Like what's the end in mind and when you build it? So with a not-for-profit like this, what's the ultimate goal for you in there? Have you thought that far ahead?
Yes, I have. And the ultimate goal for me is for when I'm long gone, man, this will continue on into infinity, right? Like I'm bringing doctors together now that can be part of my family. Basically, they become part of your family. Dr. Griffin, he and I are pretty close now because we've gone through this together. But that's the difference. I mean, we're just it's just a powerful movement, man, and we're excited.
Man, it's again, and it's all about just awareness and awareness and spreading the word and make sure the people that need the information get it from the people that have it, right? At the end of the day, that's all that we're doing here, man. And so anybody that wants to apply to be a part of a program like this. Smilesforrecovery.org is where they can go. They can apply. Everything's right there. All the education they need.
Yes.
Everything's right there, right?
Doctors that want to be trained, or are interested in learning how to place dental implants, it doesn't matter what your skill level is, if it's single implants or if it's full arch treatment, right? Like, that's what we're focused on, training.
Yeah.
So they can fill out a form on there too and see when the different trainings are available.
Right.
And then patients can definitely go online and do that.
Love it.